The great Tzaddik, Rabbi Yankel of Przeworsk, who lived in Antwerp, Belgium, once called over a young chassid who was a big communal activist. He asked him, "Tell me, why is it that only the letter Tzaddik got that name and not any other letter?" The student was quiet, and Rabbi Yankel said, "I'll tell you why. It's because it's carrying a little yidele, a little yud on its shoulder. A Jew that carries the weight of other Jews on his shoulders, like you do, merits the name Tzaddik." The young man was very impressed and started walking away. But Rabbi Yankel called him back and said, "Wait a minute. If that's the case, why isn't the Aleph called Tzaddik? It's also carrying a yud on its shoulders." The chassid stood still, and Rabbi Yankel looked at him and answered, "Yes, it's true that the Aleph is carrying a yud, but it's also stepping on another yud. When you help one Jew, one yud, by stepping on another, you're no longer a tzaddik." In Parshas Vayishlach, we learn about Rachel Imenu's passing. The other patriarchs and matriarchs merited to be buried in the Me'aras HaMachpelah, in the cave of Machpelah in Hebron, but not Rachel. She was buried on the side of the road leading to Beis Lechem. The significance of this episode was revealed only centuries later, when the Jews were exiled to Babylon in the prelude to the destruction of the first temple. The Medrash tells us that the others prayed on behalf of the Jewish people, but unfortunately they were not answered. But when the Jews passed by Rachel Imenu's tomb, she arose and asked God for mercy, and he listened to her cries, promising that the exile would be limited and the Jews would soon return to Israel. What was so special about Rachel? Why were only her prayers answered? The answer can be found in last week's Parsha. When Rachel found out that her sister Leah was going to be given to Yaakov in marriage instead of her, she knew that Leah was about to suffer profound embarrassment, since Rachel had prearranged signs with Yaakov and Leah wasn't aware of them. So without hesitating, Rachel gave Leah these signs to spare her sister the shame. She gave up her private life with Yaakov. She sacrificed her future, and she wasn't even looking to get the credit, just so another person wouldn't shed a tear. This is real tzidkus. This is a tzaddik. Such selflessness made her deserving to open the gates of mercy for the entire Jewish people in their time of need. Let us remember the same as well. We want to be an inspiration and help to others, but it should never, ever come at the expense of anyone else. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom u'mevarach.